everybody doing? So yeah, look at all these ridiculous libtards, embarrassing white people looking all retarded. Get a job, ladies and gentlemen. What the heck? Look at them. Don't they have anything better to do? How many Latinos do you see? How many African Americans? So it's the white stool. All right. So, yeah, we're gonna talk about today the man. I started, and just as I started, I hit the camera. And are we good now? All right. Yeah. So, the whole thing is popping off, and I travel back and forth to France. I've got a daughter who lives there, and so I keep abreast of French news, right? And so back when Obama was president, the French were literally in ecstasy. It was literally like the second coming of Christ. An African American president. The French have this ridiculously just over the top affection for the American black. They love the American black to the point where it's like the Passion of Christ has been replaced with the plantation of slave. I don't. But all that emotion that the Christians feel, like the baby Jesus, he died for our sins. The French had that same sort of empathy and the same sort of passion and affection that it's just like they, the death of God, they had to fill that void with something, and so for the French, it somehow turned into the African American, not the African. Okay, but the African American. So, in France, I've got an artist studio, and the French are really big on, the art is supposed to be groundbreaking. You're just supposed to break the norms and challenge ideas, and so this is, the sort of the king of the hill of that French way of looking at art, right? Damodel des Avignon by Picasso. A bunch of prostitutes just hanging around for no reason, and so Picasso was famous during that period. He lived at the Bateau Lavoir, and so his friend Max Jacob would be like, "I'm going to the Louvre, you want anything?" So they used to steal artifacts from Louvre all the time, and so one of the artifacts that they stole was an African mask. And so Picasso uses an African mask as a inspiration and paints, so the savage, the African mask, the prostitute, and everybody's supposed to be like, oh my God, right? So I decided in that spirit that I was going to paint a photo of Barack Obama. So I painted this. This is in my studio in Paris, my artist atelier. And I would show this to my French compatriots. The Lord, and Savior Barack Obama painted as the devil Christ or the devil angel. Oh my God. So I knew I was hitting the mark, right? And Uh, so I can tell because of the black honkers on the word black that these this idea of the African American turning red is strikes the fear in the heart of the French socialist. So um, uh, something like the images like this, where you would have black people from Chicago. Last time we sang, "Come on, illegals, it's time to go," karaoke style. Maybe we'll do it at the end of the broadcast today. But yeah, and I'll show you. Maybe we'll do it because we didn't get a copyright strike. This was yesterday's broadcast. I got a copyright strike on the one before. What did I play? I can't remember. But it's not really a strike. It's just saying, hey, there's a copyright issue. You can't monetize it. So last time we didn't get a copyright note from YouTube. So this right here, right? So can I do this? Okay, so Little Village. This is where 39th and Kedzie. It's right around here. And so it looks like that this legend, okay, so 10 plus, this is happening here. So Little Village, where the 39th and Pershing incident happened, where the woman rammed into the ICE agent and had a loaded gun, and they arrested her, and the police stood down. So I don't know if you actually know about this, but there's an incident in Chicago where the police actually stood down. And so let's see if we can. Yeah. So we're going to play it. And we'll play it here.
All right, and 999, just to confirm, 39th Police in Kedzie, they were saying that they were being surrounded by that large crowd, and they were requesting the police were not sending calls.
Director, I mean, you get a call on the radio, 1033, an officer assists call, you show up. What do you make of not only the audio evidence, but also the real-life experience of your federal agents, of them not showing up to the call?
Hey, Lawrence, yeah, it's sad because seriously, all law enforcement will respond to any other brother or sister in law enforcement that's in need, and that's what didn't happen here. Pinned in, attacked. You have a domestic terrorist that was doxing agents and officers. She has a firearm in the vehicle. They have to return fire. Yet the officers of Chicago PD are told to stand down.
Okay, so this is huge because the authority. So he's playing Pritzker and Johnson like a fiddle. This incident where Chicago police were on record for standing down gives him the authority to bring in the National Guard to to support ICE agents. And so we get into the world of posse comitatus, and so it's a worldwide event, right? It's a worldwide thing. And that incident happened right here around the Little Village area, K-Town. It's called in Chicago. Kedzie, Keystone, Kimball, K-Town, and some of them were the worst kind in sort of Centreville, in the center of the city. And when it comes to France, right? True enough, we've got the Israel thing happening in Gaza, but anytime that there's any sort of thing when it comes to immigration, because France is doing the same thing that America was doing. They're just flooding the zone, not with immigrants from Latin America, of course, but from the Arab world. So there's just this huge overpopulation of, and see, they're covering Trump, but they're not covering Chicago. They're not covering the immigration thing, which is unusual for France, because anytime you have to deal with immigrants, and anytime you can put President Trump in a bad light, the French media is all over it. And so when the inspiration for this painting, right, inspiration to just use my artistic skills to say something was, I was listening to American, in France, in Paris, I was listening to American news, and they were like, oh, Sasha is now taller than Barack Obama. Oh my God. You know, I was just like, you know, I wanted to puke. I was like, that's not news. Obama's daughter is now taller than the president. Who cares? So I turn on French news and I hear the same freaking thing. And this is my first exposure to like fake news on a worldwide scale. Like, oh my God, somebody somewhere is writing a script that is being disseminated throughout the entire planet. Some libtard, woke-tard nightmare script where everyone's weeping about climate change and all of the ridiculous woke crap that we're just bombarded with. So I painted this in reaction to this just ridiculous adoration that was making me puke in France, and I wanted something really super powerful. And the fact that my French buddies were like, they would look at it and they'd be like, literally like that, like take a hard swallow, like, oh my God, how could you paint something like that? And so in the process of making these videos, I talked to ChatGPT and I just kind of tell him what I'm going to talk about. And so here is ChatGPT's version of my painting, because I talked about Barack Obama and the serpent with the thing. So isn't it cool? Let's give it an applause for ChatGPT. Alright, I'm back. It's the second time that happened with StreamYard. Photo up. Alright. So, that's the thing, okay? That this image of African Americans from Chicago being like, come on, baby, don't you, baby, illegals, it's time to go. Get the heck out of my hometown. If that catches fire, and I think it will catch fire someday, or black Americans turn red on this immigration issue, because you hear some very ticked off voices, and if this illegals, it's time to go. Get the heck out of my old place, sweet home, Chicago. We sang it last time, and I'll spare you this time. But so I'll be talking more about the movement, and because I have an artistic history in music and art, I'm going to see if I can use my skills to bring this energy and music to combat this embarrassment right here. I mean, this is just right. There's lots of swearing. Oops, sorry. I don't want to get a lot of the swearing. But you hear how the house track underneath that? So we're going to mix it right live. Look at all these ridiculous white trash idiots. Got no job, got no life. See, for the liberal, this is like going to church. They think they have some sort of moral authority, moral virtue. Look at me, I'm standing in front. There's, what, 50 people there? 75? Embarrassments to humanity. And the awesome thing, the hilarious thing, is that this activity gives the Trump administration the power to bring in the National Guard. If there wasn't these protests, there wasn't this violence against the immigration officials and authorities, the argument to bring the National Guard would be harder to make. But because of the violence, because the Chicago Police Department stood down the little village there, they're in them like a fiddle. Outstanding. All right. That is it for now. Let's take a look at that Obama portrait again. This was a lot of fun to paint. This was difficult. Paris. It's coming to Chicago soon. Yeah. I have this gift for realistic painting. Don't my grandfather, I don't know where I got this gift, but I have it, so I use it. All right. Thanks so much. Catch you next time. Catch you tomorrow. Au revoir.